Hi, good evening. My name is Arvind Subramaniam, Analaki Vishwanandam. My matrix number is 01T1819F1104. Today I'll be doing my oral presentation about iPhone, a product which I like. Okay, let me give you about a small intro about an iPhone or an Apple company. An Apple company was first started on April 1st of 1976. The founder of Apple was Steve Jobs, and there are a few types of products that Apple manufacture, which is an iPhone, MacBook, an iPod, an iPad, an Apple Watch, Apple TV, and etc. So let me start from the first of an iPhone production. There is an iPhone 1, iPhone 3, iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5, iPhone 5S, iPhone 5C, iPhone 6, iPhone 6s Plus, iPhone 6 Plus, iPhone 6s Plus, iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone 9, iPhone X, iPhone XR, iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max, iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro Max, and now finally is iPhone SE Part 2. Okay, now I'll be talking about the features of an iPhone. An iPhone is a rectangular in shape mobile. As you can see, the screen is rectangular in shape. The second feature of an iPhone has a full body to screen ratio like this thing. You can see from the bottom to the top is full screen. So in terms of phone, we call it a full screen to body ratio. So which means the phone is fully covered by the screen from the bottom to the top. The third feature of an iPhone is iPhone has one or more than one camera. Like for example, you can see this picture. iPhone has three lenses at the back. One is for normal photography, one is for portrait mode, another one is telephoto. So they have three lenses. Moving on to the fourth feature of an iPhone is iPhone does not have a physical button. During the first generation of an iPhone, there was a physical button, as you can see over here. Um, right here, there's a physical button at the bottom of the phone, a circle. But now, iPhone has removed the physical button and replaced it by a full screen, so they don't have a physical button. And the fifth feature of an iPhone is iPhone has three speakers. One speaker at the top over here, where the black spot is, and then two at the bottom, which is right. Sorry, which is right here. One and two, one on the left, one on the right. So which makes two at the bottom, one at the top. So three in total, three speakers totally. Moving on to the sixth feature of an iPhone is iPhone has an Apple logo printed at the back of the phone, and it's made of stainless steel. As you can see, it's quite blur. It's an Apple logo that is printed, and the material is stainless steel. And you can see here, right here, it is an Apple logo, and it's made of stainless steel, and it's printed back. Now let me move on to the characteristics of an iPhone. Okay, the first characteristic of an iPhone is iPhone has a processor, a very fast and strong processor called an A12 Bionic chip. Like here is the first and fastest processor ever released in the market till now. Moving on to the second characteristic of an iPhone has a portrait camera mode. Like you can see here, a portrait camera mode is basically where it focuses on an object or a face, and the background is blurred. Not only blurring background is a portrait mode also gives you a studio lighting effect where you can make the whole surrounding black and white and making your background black. Meanwhile, your face will be white. So it's a black and white theme and giving you a studio lighting. The third characteristic of an iPhone is iPhone has a very strong firewall. I don't have an example here, but as we know, iPhone is not easy to be hacked. Like there's very less cases of iPhone being hacked because of their security and their very strong firewall system where it makes the thief or hackers so hard to break through the wall. To jailbreak an iPhone firewall system, I would say is not impossible, but it's too challenging. Moving on to the fifth characteristic of an iPhone is iPhone XR or iPhone 11 has the most strongest battery and most durable battery life in the market till now. This is because, as you can see, iPhone has a L-shaped battery which takes the space of a which takes three-quarter space of the phone, which making it the most durable phone in the market right now. And moving on to the last characteristic of an iPhone is iPhone have very colorful and sharp OLED screen. What is OLED? OLED is an organic light emitted diode. So as you can see in the pictures right here, see the screen is too sharp, it's very colorful, very clear. The colors are too is very accurate because of its OLED screen display, organic light emitting diode. It makes the visual look fantastic. Okay, now let me talk about the modifications for an iPhone, which I personally feel should be implicated. Which is firstly, iPhone should come up with an external SD card slot. Like you can see in the pictures right here, this is the model of a Samsung where there's an external card slot where you can fit in an SD card and then you can insert to your phone where it increases the storage of your phone. But in you can get the feature in all Androids, but in iPhone you don't have this feature. In iPhone the storage is fixed. So if you want to increase the storage in iPhone, let's say if your storage is finished in iPhone, your storage is full, you want to increase storage, there's only two ways. Number one is by buying more storage from Apple Clouds, which is too expensive, and secondly, changing the entire hardware, which costs almost phone price. So I would rather say to get a new phone with a higher storage instead of changing the whole hardware. Yeah. So Apple should improve their storage system. And then the second motivation where I suggest is iPhone should strengthen up the display screen as it's too fragile and easily breakable. As you can see here, this phone just drops within 1 meter height and just cracks entirely. Meanwhile, there's a testing in YouTube where it tests between Samsung S20 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The S20 survives a 30-meter drop. Meanwhile, meanwhile the iPhone 11, the screen is cracked at the side, which means Android has made their screen very strong. Meanwhile, iPhone did not make their screen strong. Their screen is not strong enough to support dropping back, which I personally feel I usually drop my phone most of a lot of times, so I would suggest an iPhone to make the screen even more strong and durable. Moving on to the final modification where I suggest iPhone should do or Apple company should implement is iPhone should come up with more varieties of phone colors. iPhone since start till now they have limited colors like you can see a solid normal colors red, black, blue, turquoise, yellow, purple, which is for me is too common and it's too solid. It's not attractive at all. Meanwhile, if you can see for the Androids, I don't even know what colors this is. So unique. It's a mixture of colors. It's like a rainbow color, shiny, nice material, very attractive to see, which makes me want to buy the phone. Meanwhile, not making me want to buy an iPhone because it's not that attractive. So I suggest that iPhone should make interesting color choices so that people would have more interest on buying an iPhone. Now comes to the most common question: why should I buy this product, or why do I like this product? Okay, number one, iPhone has very fast, responsive, and secure unlocking system where we call it the facial recognition system, where it unlocks your phone instantly. As you can see, a video right here, the right hand side is an iPhone 11, and the left hand side is an iPhone XS. So it shows how I can see right hand side how fast the phone unlocks. It's like within 1 second the phone unlocks. That's what I like about iPhone. Second thing, why do I like about iPhone is the name is unique itself. The name iPhone or Apple, it just catches everyone attention when you just say, "Oh, I'm having an iPhone," or "Let's take a picture on an iPhone." Like the name is too unique, where I find it's quite prestigious if I own an iPhone. Then moving on, okay, about the name thing, it's also that I like about the logo. The logo of an iPhone is an Apple logo, an actual Apple which is printed on the back. Meanwhile, other Androids or other phones, the names and logo are just alphabets, which is kind of common and not interesting to me. Meanwhile, Apple stands out from the others by just using a Apple logo as a picture. which makes me more interested in iPhone because it's just too unique. Moving on to the fourth reason why I would like to get an iPhone is because iPhone never lags or crash. If you know that iPhone never lags or crashes because of its good processor, which I just mentioned earlier, A12 Bionic chip. It just smoothens the RAM. The processor just makes the phone even lighter, that it will not cause any problems when you're playing games or doing any assignments. The graphics, because A12 Bionic chip helps in graphics and maintaining the phone speed. So if you have a good processor like the A12 Bionic chip, your phone will never lag. So that's why iPhone never lags or crashes. Moving on to the fifth reason why I would buy this product is because iPhone is the first gadget or mobile phone to come out with an infotainment system called Siri. It's like something like an artificial intelligence where you can talk to it and it gives you back an answer or an information that you can ask. My deepest apologies, my storage just ran out, so I had to start the second part of the video. Okay, let me just get back to this to the infotainment system about Siri. Just to activate it, you can just press the home button, or you can just say hey Siri, and it just responds back, and you can ask him or her whether you can ask anything you want, like where's the nearest KFC or where's the nearest petrol station. It just gives you a location of a few, and then you can choose which one you want to go. That's kind of cool to me because it's something like an artificial intelligence, so it's kind of cool to have it in the phone. Okay, now I'm down about my reason why I like this product. Now I'm talking about the function of this product, function of an iPhone. The first function is to make calls. As usual, every mobile is to make a call. Fun fact, let me give you a fun fact. The more expensive the phone, the better the audio quality when someone calls you. This is because every component of a phone increases its quality as the price increases. So in iPhone, no matter you get a lowest model iPhone or the highest model iPhone, the components, the parts used is standardized, which is kind of fair to me. But in Androids, where the things are just it downgrades, upgrades, it just not that it's not fixed. So to me, I personally feel iPhone is the best in this kind of thing because we deserve to get everything equal. Because we pay so much for the phone and we don't get a good service, so I prefer to get something which is good and paying for a high price to get it, which guarantees me a good, which makes me feel more happy about it. Um, yeah. Now moving on to the second function of a phone is to capture videos and photos. People usually take photos and videos using a big digital camera, which is not comfortable to bring it anywhere because you have to hang it in a shoulder, or you can put it in a bag and hang it in your shoulder, which to me is personally not comfortable. So meanwhile, instead of getting a big camera, you can just get an iPhone or any model phones. But to me, iPhone has the best camera till now. As you can see the statistics, iPhone is always number one in camera. So to me, if you can just get an iPhone which gives super quality photography and video, you can just bring it anywhere, and everywhere by just keeping in your pocket or handbag or any other bags, which is just something which is small and also gives you a good photo quality, which is almost the same quality as a digital camera. Okay, moving on to the third function of iPhone is to play games. Those times when I was young, games only was on PCs or PS or Xbox and so on, which the games of those gadgets cost us like 100, 200 ringgit, which me is personally too expensive where not everyone can afford the game to buy a game. But now when smartphone was introduced, the same games you get in PS, you can get it in the phone for free. That's the best part. You can get it for free. So everywhere you go nowadays, you see people with phone. They usually play games or use other things, but mostly they play games. Like kids, my generation, they play games. So to me, the function of a phone is to play games. The third function of it. Now let me move to the fourth function of a phone, which is to text people. Then the SMSing era is no more. So now how people communicate with others is by texting. using social medias such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp. Now, the social media is dominating the SMSing or texting world. Even my younger cousin brother, who is age 6 years old, has his own Facebook account and is texting people at his own age. So people at that age are starting to text people at their own age using social media, using their phones. So for me, phone another function of phone is to text people. Moving on to the last function of a mobile phone is to listen to music or songs. Those times before smartphones were introduced, music and songs were listened through radios or the Nokia phone, which has an app radio. But now people prefer to listen it using YouTube or Spotify. This is because they can listen to the songs, their favorite song at any time, anywhere, instead of listening to a radio which plays the same songs repeated, which plays the same song, and the songs which we do not want to listen, they just plays it because the songs in radio is decided and played by the RJs over there. But instead, if you have a YouTube or you have Spotify, you can listen to what song you want at what time at any time and how many times you want to listen it on repeat mode. So people nowadays prefer to listen songs on YouTube and Spotify. So another function of a smartphone is or an iPhone is to listen to musics and songs. Now moving on to the next point of the question is why should I buy this product? Let me say it's not a must to buy this product, but I would like to own an iPhone is because of few reasons. And there are three main reasons why I would like to get an iPhone. Firstly, iPhone stands out from the other mobile phones such as Androids, which include Samsung, Huawei, Oppo, and so on. So I would rather get an iPhone because it stands out from all the others, as it gives us good quality phone and also good service. Moving on to the second reason why I should get an iPhone is because it's much more safer and secure than other mobile phones. As I said earlier, iPhone has a very strong firewall system where people usually can't hack it. It's very hard to hack it's very hard to jailbreak a firewall system of an iPhone. So to me, an iPhone is very secure and safe to be used, where third party people will not easily get your personal information such as bank details. And moving on to the final reason why I should get an iPhone is because, as I mentioned earlier, iPhone never hangs or lags because they're using an A12 Bionic chip. So, for example, if you're doing an important assignment using your MacBook or your iPhone itself, it never lags. So you can bravely use your phone and just do your assignment because you don't need to worry that your phone might crash or your file might get lost or whatever because iPhone guarantees you a anti-crash or anti-bug phone. So you're safe when you're doing an assignment on an iPhone. Yeah. And then moving on, there is other question is why is it better than other products? So in this case, why is iPhone better than any other Androids? It's for me, I would give the same answer as previous question. It's because it stands out from all the other phones. It has very good security and it's secure. It prevents from being hacked by third parties. And then thirdly, the last why reason why it's better than other products is because it never hangs or crash because of the A12 Bionic chip. Now moving on to the next question. What problems can arise and what are the solutions for it? Okay, yes. This is the normal question what everyone asks when they're buying a product. For iPhone, there will be problems in iPhone when you want to go and buy it, but there is a solution for it. So the first problem that would arise in iPhone is it can be stolen, it can be misplaced, or yeah, it's either stolen or misplaced. Because nowadays iPhone, then they tend to make a phone with where you can't feel the phone at all. They want to make a phone which is very light. So one if you own an iPhone, when you keep it on table or when you keep it on table, example you go to a restaurant, you keep your phone on the table and you go order your food. Then once you're done eating, when you just walk away without taking your phone, you don't realize your phone is in your pocket or is it on or is it on the restaurant. So because you don't feel so because the iPhone is too light. So in case if you left your phone somewhere or your phone has been stolen, the way to solve this problem is by using an app called Find My iPhone, where you can use that app in an in a MacBook, an Apple Store, and iPad, and other people's iPhone. Just have to type your phone name, such as like if I have a phone name, if I have an iPhone, I'll name it as Arvin iPhone. So I just have to type the name of my iPhone at the app, and it shows me the exact accurate location of where my phone is currently at. Yeah. Moving on to the second problem that will arise is insufficient storage. As I mentioned earlier, most like three-quarters of iPhone users will face this problem of insufficient storage. This is because iPhone do not have an SD card slot. So the problem to solve this, the solution to solve this problem is you have to buy more storage in Apple Cloud, which costs you tons and tons of money, or change the entire hardware, which you can get a new phone. So in my case, this is not a solution, but it's a suggestion. Yeah, which is not practical enough. Moving on to the third and last problem that will arise in iPhone is iPhone charging cables always worn out. Where let me show an example. Like this part, this part of an iPhone, the wire over here, they tear, they worn out. Where you can see the wires in it, which is kind of risky where you get electrocuted, but you will not severe injury, but you will get the pain of getting electrocuted. So the solution for it is just instead of getting an Apple cable, you can get an Android cable, but you have to get a clip where you can go to any markets and sell a portion of this top to the bottom here. It's some kind of clip where you just have to clip it into an Android cable and you can already charge your phone. Android cables last longer than iPhone cables. So in my case, I would suggest to get an Android cable and get an Apple charging clip. So you actually kind of save money and you have to save the lifespan of your charging cable. Now I'm done with my presentation. Now I'll be going for the conclusion. So in the conclusion, iPhone is a very good mobile phone as it has as has many benefits at the same time some cons. As every product have its pros and cons, same it goes to here. iPhone has its pros and cons. The features of iPhones are incredible, but are lesser compared to an Android, as Android has more features. But to me, people do not use all the features. They use the normal common features where you can get an iPhone. So the features doesn't play much more roles here. So what I'm trying to say here is Android better than iPhone? Well, no, that's debatable. I'm not saying Android is better than iPhone or iPhone is better than Android. That is debatable. Okay. Then I've told my part about iPhone. Like iPhone is just very good. It's secure, but people find it less user friendly. So Android is user friendly, but as you practice something, you will get used to it. You will get used to it. As here, as the same case here, if you have an iPhone, you use it daily, you will tend to get use of it. So there's nothing user friendly and not user friendly to me. So iPhone to me is a great phone. It's all things you need. It's secure. It's fast. It's awesome. It's amazing. Yes, there are few things that should be improvised by Apple to make an iPhone a better smartphone. So I've done my part with my iPhone. Now is your turn to do about a research about Samsung or any other Androids and buy the phone which is the most ideal one for you. Till then, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.